Alright, welcome back to RimWorld. I am going to see if we can survive. So, we got a bunch of stuff pop up here. Let's see. Where were we? We got a prisoner. We got a naked man sleeping outside. And we got Sparkles has a wound. Yeah, what's her wound? Oh, I think she's fine. She's got a little bit of pain. Yeah, she'll be fine. Okay, so we are currently making chunks of stone, I hope. Yeah, there they are. There's some slate blocks. That's just great. So, now that we have some slate blocks, let's get on top of building some stuff out of those slate blocks. And what's our other... We got slate and we got granite. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, let's just use slate for our walls. Okay. Orders? No. Structure. There we go. And there we have our slate blocks. Great. So, okay. Just trace that all down. And there we go. And they should move this stuff automatically. Obviously, they aren't going to entomb it in slate, I doubt. And is there a way... Slate blocks 5... I mean, I'm not going to count up all of those to find out if I have enough slate or not. We'll just let them build that once. And next we're going to need a door. Now, what do I want to do about door? I think actually, even though... Oh, we actually don't have any metal now. Okay, so wood door it shall be. I don't know how to think about a slate door. There's just something seems slightly off about having a slate door. Like, how would you open it? Wouldn't it be really quite heavy? Anyway, let's see. We had some metal dug out earlier too. Oh, looks like they've already picked it up. So yeah, we need to mine some metal. And I wonder about going ahead and trying to get some plasteel as well. Because we have a brawler who... Oh yeah, speaking of which, can we use... Yeah, good, we can. Well, I want you to equip that marble club, and then will you please go to sleep? Okay, well you're hungry. Go ahead and eat then. Let's see. He's a 16-year-old, and now he's just running around in his birthday suit. But, whatever. Is he the one who is also, like... I don't think he is. Is he the one that's cold tolerant? No. He's slow, though. Okay, well... Like I said, let's mine out just a little bit of plasteel, because... Oh, yeah, look at that. It's 10,000 hit points. I don't know what to call it, hit points? Versus 1,500 for the compact steel. Okay, yeah, we're gonna wait on the plasteel, because I think I want to get some metal first. But what I was thinking was that plasteel makes good weapons. And sorry, I hope that didn't come through. My computer wants to make noises sometimes, so yeah, please forgive it. And anyway, so what I was saying is plasteel makes really good armor and etc. So I was thinking, yeah, get some plasteel going, and I could probably get that up and running before we have to do, before we get any energy weapons or something like that. But something I thought of also was, so I should have given Sparkles the rifle at the very beginning of this Let's Play. Let's go ahead and speed things up too. Even though she's really good at melee. I mean, she was a boss when it came to doing melee. Let's see, what's happening now? Poor mood, Nelson, yeah. Oh, we only have 3. Yeah, that's okay. We gotta cook somewhere. Somebody's gonna be cooking. Anyway, yeah, she could have had the gun and things would have been fine, you know. I just gave her the knife because I was like, she's, you know, a good melee, which, you know, might have been fine. Hey, look at that. Our potatoes are ready to be harvested. I think there's a way to set up our auto-harvesting as well. I don't know for sure. And it's interesting, you can see how the growth rate is affected by the light. So, although I'm not sure how how realistic it is. If you have a like constant source of light over your plants and stuff, they'll just grow all day long. So looks like our potatoes are faster growing out here. It makes sense. I mean, even in Idaho, you know, it's really good for growing potatoes. So yeah, it makes sense. If this is a high desert, then, you know, maybe I should have called this New Idaho. For whatever reason, I think this planet is called Planeton. I don't know why. That's not the name of the colony, I hope. Can I find out what I named my colony? I named it Bailey's Canyon. Challenge, colonist, well, I'm sure we'll see it again at some... Oh, you know what it would be is factions. So... Oh no, this only shows the other factions. Okay, well, whatever. We'll be fine. I'm not going to concern myself with it too much. And, okay, good, you're doing that. Okay, so yeah, we're back to building and researching, which is going to be very important. And yeah, then we'll have to kind of deconstruct things again so we can pave all this up. But yeah, just kind of taking it easy, which I do not mind at the moment because I'm still kind of, like I said in earlier episodes, I'm still trying to get my sea legs back and think about what my plan is. Okay, still... Oh, we have 0 food. Okay, well, who is a cook? Okay, who is a cook? Oh, actually, you are a cook. So, yeah, we'll put you guys... We'll prioritize cooking for a bit. So, one of you two will get over there and do it. Lewin's researching. Lewin is actually going to stop researching to cook, it looks like. Unless, Jonald gets there first. Oh, and there goes Jonald. Yeah, this door isn't in a good situation. Like, he's got to scrinch past this guy to get to the kitchen. So yeah, rather tight indeed. I can see that as certainly the case. It's funny, there are nudists. You can have, you know, people who are nudists in your game, and yeah, they prefer not wearing clothes. Okay, let's check out the details. So inequality, right, any hit points, right, and allowed cooking skill, yeah, that's fine. Not suspended, right. Let's see, is it, okay, go ahead, bills, okay, add a bill. Simple meal, no, is it fine meal? This recipe requires skills below, none of your colonists have it. Okay. I thought there... I don't know. I thought maybe there was a requirement for having multiple ingredients for certain meals, but I really just don't know. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see, I guess. Alright, now we got some food. Okay, and keep researching. I want to get those turrets. And actually, what are we? Jonald. Jonald, man, I don't know what to do with you, right? Like, you're just gonna have to... be that way, I guess. As long as you don't go crazy and start trying to kill people, because then I'm gonna have to kill you. So, yeah. That's it. That's all. So yeah, our colony should have a nice central area here. I think every town should have sort of a town square, and this is going to be our little tiny village square. Oh good, Nelson's harvesting, because yes, we do need food. Thank you, Nelson. And yeah, you know, I hope Laura doesn't develop tinnitus having to stay in prison with this machinery, but I mean, not that I think the machinery is loud, but, you know, a constant tone constantly will sometimes give you tinnitus. Something interesting I learned from my dentist, actually, is that people who work in dentist offices often get tinnitus and from the high-pitched drills, even though it's not really that loud, but just being around it all day. And for those of you who don't know, either tinnitus or tinnitus, I pronounce it tinnitus, and it just means your ears are constantly ringing all the time. William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy have tinnitus. Trivia about William Shatner is kind of my specialty. Like, you know, whenever you go to like the pub trivia or something like that, everybody has like a specialty. Well, you know, like you gotta have somebody who's like a music guy, somebody who's like a movie guy, somebody who's a book guy, etc., etc. Well, I'm the William Shatner guy. If there's a question about William Shatner, then I'm the one who knows it. Otherwise, I'm pretty useless. So, anyway, let's we're just really staring at people doing nothing, aren't we? Let's see. Let's start, at the very least, let's start planning our next structures, okay? Instead of just, you know, sitting here BSing about ridiculous BS. Okay, so we're gonna have... I intend to put in 9 solar collectors, and that will take care of our power quite well, to be honest with you. Let's set up our Dauge. That time the right click did what I wanted it to, so I am a little hypocritical about what I think it should be. The animal can be released to attack distant targets instead of just defending the master. Rescue. The animal can rescue wounded allies and drag them to safety. The animal can haul items, so... yeah, okay, sure. Let's train it. Sparkles can do that. I still love that name, Sparkles. It just reminds me of... it reminds me of Rick and Morty. Anyway, okay, so that's one. Okay, Sparkles is going to do that. There she is, training it. Now, we do want to kind of wall off our settlement at some point. Just, okay, and now we have the geothermal. So I'm going to want to invest in geothermal. How big is the geothermal plant, though? I don't think we can figure it out. I think it might be... yeah, I have no idea how big it is. I mean, I know it's big, but I don't know exactly how big. So, it's gotta be that big. It's gotta be that big. It's probably this big. It's probably something like that, so... For it as well, we'll want to wall it off. Something like that. Once we get it up and running, that is. And, okay, maybe we will put mortars and things like that over here. And so maybe we'll put a wall like so. Yeah, we'll leave our geothermal plant a little bit exposed out here, but I'm not sure it's going to be a high priority for people to come and attack, so... Oh, you know, one interesting thing about the geothermal plant is it produces a lot of heat. So it might be worth thinking about putting the greenhouse next to it, because then the hot air will vent into the greenhouse, and that will save you a little bit of power during the winter, and it will also provide a way to cool down the interior. So, well, okay, we'll just think about it, right? So this is not a, this is very, very pending here, what we have here, because I really think the greenhouse probably ought to be closer to, you know, where we're going to be using it, although of course these buildings could be used for anything really. So, oh look, they're done. Good, and she's making more blocks, as she should, and you guys are hauling some wood. Great. How much wood are you hauling, actually? And you're only carrying 10. This is something that still kind of annoys me, that the colonists don't do a very good job with. Let's go ahead and make Oh, okay, just make some more. The colonists, they'll come up here, and if it's, see, like, he'll gather it because it's within a certain range, but, oh, okay, good, he's going after that one. But sometimes they just don't go quite far enough, and then it's like they're walking back with, like, 10 wood, and it's like, dude, if you just walked a little further, there's, like, a whole bunch of wood over here you should get. Anyway, that's me complaining again. We're not going to go all the way up there to harvest some agave. And rice plant is, well, you can harvest early. See, like, it's only at 87% grown, but it's ready to harvest. But then we just won't get as much out of it. And, well, it's summer. It's summer, but let's maybe go ahead and set up some more growing areas. Growing zone. Sure. What are we going to grow here? Corn, rice, hay grass, strawberry plant, cotton. Cotton would be good. Yeah, let's do some cotton. And you know, something else we ought to do is we ought to start growing some trees. So let's see, zone area, growing zone. Okay, let's plant some trees over here, just because we can cut them down later, and that will be convenient. So, teak, birch, pine, poplar, oak. Oak takes forever to grow, I think, but it should pay off as well, and it should be an attractive tree. Too bad no cottonwoods. There's tons of cottonwoods in Idaho, and they grow fast. Those and Japanese pines, Japanese cedar, I think. Well, we don't have Japanese cedar in Idaho that I'm aware of, but you do in Japan, obviously. And after World War II, Japan grew a whole bunch of them because it cut down all of its bamboo forests, I think. I think that's what happened. And, well, no, they didn't necessarily, but they just needed a lot of wood to rebuild everything. So I think as a result, they cut down a lot of their bamboo forests, or cut down a lot of bamboo anyway, and replaced it with cedar, Japanese cedar, which matures in something like 40 years. Like, you know, it's a huge tree by 40 years. And anyway, so now there's nowhere near as many, well, I don't know really what the stats are, but there's not as many Japanese bamboo forests as there used to be, and there's a lot more pine forests, and they release a lot of pollen, and so now that's why there's such bad allergy seasons in Japan now. And obviously bamboo takes a lot longer, I think, to grow than, I don't know if it's obvious, I don't know what the heck I'm talking about sometimes. Like, you can feel free to fact check me on, like, anything I ever say. Like, if I'm wrong, let me know politely. But yeah, like I said, feel free to fact check me. I wouldn't bet I mean, I'd bet a beer on it, but that's about as far as I'd be willing to go. I wouldn't bet my life on, like, anything. Okay, let's see. Let's speed up and get through the night. But I like oak. And I don't think anybody's allergic to oak. Well, probably somebody is. There's nothing you can't be allergic to. I'm allergic to cotton. That's for sure. Well, not allergic. It gives me, I have asthma with cotton. You're just going for a knife, okay. I'm going for a knife. You're going for a walk, okay. That's fine. Okay, now the rest of you are starting to work. Good. And yeah, keep researching. We really need to get... We'll put our comm station in here somewhere. Still growing quite slow. Like I said, I'm kind of keeping an eye on it because well, it's still summer, so we should be fine, but in the fall, you need to kind of keep an eye on your... Excuse me. You need to kind of keep an eye on your plants because they may start to die before they mature, and that means they're going to be taking damage here, and if that's happening, you want to go out there and harvest them, even if they're not at 100% yet. You want to go out there and harvest those plants. Now, the cotton we need just because, well, this guy doesn't have anything to wear, so, you know, give this man some clothing. he's not a nudist, so you know I'm pretty sure he would like to wear something. It's a nice temperature outside, but even so, 21 degrees. That's cold for me if I'm naked. Like, I don't know, maybe Jonold is overweight or has a good solid layer of subcutaneous, is that how you pronounce it? Subcutaneous fat. It's that word you always see in like bodybuilder.net, but you never say it out loud. Anyway, maybe he's warm, but for me, that's cold. So, like, it's not bad, but it's also like, unless I'm moving around, well, he is moving around. Unless I'm out moving around, then, you know, I can't just sit in, like, I wouldn't be able to sit naked in, like, 20 degrees or 22 degree weather and be comfortable. Again, just rambling. Just rambling a bunch of random, ridiculous garbage. Because I can. Alright, let's go ahead and, build some more slate wall. This is not really a very defensible layout in my experience, but, and you know, one thing I could do to make my life a lot simpler is just, do that. That will make things much, much, much easier on me. Because, as a result, are we done? No, you gotta make one more. Why don't you make two more, because I bet we'll need it. Look at everybody just all busy and working. That makes me happy. And are we gonna have enough? 20. Yeah, we'll have enough. And then again, whoops. Wooden door. There we go. Okay, and we'll just need to get some power over here, but that'll be fine. In fact, we might even need a power conduit. We might be close enough to our generators. Just like our kitchen was. This game has come a long way since I first started playing it, that's for sure. I remember back, like, metal used to just be these, like, little yellow pieces that looked kind of like straw or looked like pieces of bacon. So, yeah, this game really, like, and all there were the Muffalo. I missed the Muffalo because I liked them. They appear on, I think, the prairie, but I never see them in the desert. Again, in the desert, I tend to see, like, the boring old dromedaries, which, yeah, you know, it makes sense that there's some domesticated animals, because that's kind of like the premise of Firefly, you know, that, like, obviously they would take animals, and obviously, you know, if it's a planet you could live on, you would take animals, because, you know, they can reproduce off the biome, and, you know, it's a lot faster to grow horses, I guess, than, you know, grow a factory or something, you know, or like a microchip assembly plant. So, yeah. Sparkles is in a bad mood? Why? What's wrong, Sparkles? Okay, well, Sparkles. How about some joy? Go have some fun. What you doing now? Going for a walk. Good. Good, that's what I want you to do. I want you to go for a walk. So, this has been another rambling, pointless episode. Thank you for joining me. I will continue. And, like I said, I think the first thing I want to get done is I want to get those, turrets. I want to get those turrets. I want to start sealing off areas of my settlement, so I have plenty of room in which to expand and build, but not have to worry about, you know, raiders coming in from different spots. Maybe what I'll do is I'll close this off too, so at least they have to come around this way. And, you know, honestly, like I said, I'm not very tactically minded. Like, I'm just not good at this. So, I'm afraid that I won't know where I need to build what defenses until there's an attack. But I am pretty sure I'll put mortars over here. The nice thing about mortars is it doesn't really matter where you put them because they fly really far. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.